In this tutorial, we are going to use AURIN to examine some ABS data online. First, we'll select New South Wales as our focus area using the Area Selection browser. Now we need to select some ABS data. For this, we'll open the data browser and use the keyword Select, and then choose ABS as the organisation and Statistical Area 2 as the aggregation level. This brings up the B01 dataset. From this, we will select total persons and 2011 as the year, and all people. Once we have done this, we add the dataset to the data cart. We also need to collect 65 to 74, 75 to 84, and 85 and over. If we open up the total persons table, we can sort by the total number of people in each SA2 in New South Wales. Now we need to merge all of the count datasets and work out the percentage of people aged 65 years and over. To do this, we will open Tools and use the Merge Aggregated Datasets tool. We'll run this and merge our datasets together. Once this has finished, we rename the table and view the output. We can see that the new table contains both the 65 to 74-year-olds and the 75 to 84 counts. We next need to sum those numbers. We do this using the Generate tool. Once we have run that and view the output, we can see that the counts have been summed in the final column. We repeat this for all the counts, including the total number of people. When we open the final table, we can see all of the columns present, including the percentage of the total population aged 65 years and over. Now we want to visualize some of these variables. We open Maps, Charts and Graphs and choose choropleth. Enter the parameters and produce the map. By hovering over the polygons, we can see the names of the SA2s and proportions of the population aged 65 years and over. Now we'll run the location quotient, which will show us how much higher or lower the proportion of the population aged 65 years is compared to the New South Wales average. We do this in Spatial Statistics and enter the parameters. Once we run and rename the output, we can open it to view the table. We can also map the location quotient output by opening choropleth and entering the parameters. We can see that most areas of Sydney metropolitan area have percentages of 65-year-olds and over much lower than the New South Wales average. Now we want to compare the percentage of 65-year-olds and over and another dataset. This time, the per capita spend on the PBS, sourced from NatSem. First, we'll map the per capita PBS spend. We do this using a choropleth centroid map, which places circles proportional to the value of the variable. If we hover over these, we can also see the relative amount that each SA2 spends on the PBS. Now, we want to see if there is a relationship between the percentage of people aged 65 years and over and the relative per capita spend on the PBS for each SA2 in New South Wales. For this, we will use the interactive scatter plot. We enter percentage aged 65 years as our x-axis and the per capita spend on PBS as our y-axis. We can see from the results that there is a clear positive relationship between the two variables. If we brush over the scatter plot or the map, we can identify where each SA2 fits in the graph and vice versa.